must take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space. That's a quote by Oprah Winfrey. And yesterday, in our transformative coaching session, we talked about energy as our primary topic. And energy is one of my favorite high performance topics because I learned in high performance coaching that energy is not something we have or we don't have. Energy is what we create. And I want you to think for a moment about all of the ways that you can be more responsible for the energy you bring into any space. Imagine for a minute, for instance, that you're going to lunch to meet with a client. And imagine the options you have for what energy you bring to lunch with you. And imagine how much different the outcome will be based on what energy you bring to lunch. Do you bring the passion, the enthusiasm, the love, the connection to lunch? Or do you bring the energy of the negativity, the downtrodden, the sad stories from the world? And believe me, there are so many. What do you drag into lunch with you? Do you drag in all that sadness from the world? Or do you bring the love and the joy and the possibility to lunch? Boy, can you imagine the difference in outcome from one lunch to the other? One certainly will taste a whole lot better. And I bet you will have more positive business outcomes as well as personal outcomes from the interactions when you bring that loving energy instead of that negative energy. Imagine the energy that you bring home with you at the end of a day. Do you drag the stress of the day into the house with you as you return home? Do you bring in the torturous, angry moments maybe from a difficult interaction? Do you drag that in with you into the home at the end of the day? Or do you take a moment for yourself, sitting in the car, maybe in the garage before you enter the house? Do you do a quick transition meditation? One of my favorite pieces of high performance. Do you think about how you want to transition into the next moment? Do you think about perhaps how you want to show up in your home at the end of the day? These little moments of intention around the energy that we present with can change our lives, but equally importantly, they can change the lives around us when we bring that different energy. So think about what energy you're showing up with. And as you make a conscious decision to take responsibility for that energy, there are a number of tools you can use to improve that energy. And that's all part of our high performance coaching, but I'm always happy to share them with you as well. So reach out anytime and I'll share my tips, I'll share my tools, I'll share my tactics for how we elevate our energy, which in turn will elevate our lives, elevate our businesses, and elevate our own joy in this experience.